Right. Um, I don't know if I should greet you or not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that it's that deep. You know what I mean? Where it's like, even the wrinkle on my eye agrees. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just you came here for a reason, and I hope you find it. I can only hope you find it, basically. But my reason for being here is yeah, sexual technique. Well, to begin this conversation, I do want to kind of like begin by saying the chakra system is a helpful one because it helps to like I guess reveal the layout of the body in a very vertical sense, in a very like bottom to top kind of sense. It kind of it makes you want to look at the body in that way. Um, Whether there are seven chakras, whether there is all this specific names is unknown. But what labels can do is to kind of help to give a sense of order or give a sense of like a position into which you can now begin to like imagine almost or see the possibilities within the body, within the perspective. So in saying that, sexual technique will or would refer to at least or the bottom two chakras. So there's said to be seven chakras, right? Again, I feel like they are like placeholders. So there could be like in between those, there could be a whole lot of chakras, or there could maybe only just be no chakras, or like. But it's just to give an idea of like, oh, certain parts of the body work in certain ways. So the bottom two chakras, or they're referred to as the first two, to be honest, known as the root and the sacral chakra. Again, this is like I guess an Indian, or it comes from India or Hindu tradition or Vedic. I'm not sure, but like basically they have their own specific Indian names as well, and it's pronounced chakra or something, or not chakra or something. I don't know, but like you know what I mean. So the bottom two refer to the root and the sacral. The root is meant to be about like grounding, whereas the sacral is meant to be more about like I guess sensuality, or it's like um it's like sensuality, whereas the root is sexuality. So the root is the like almost like the very like core of like the animal that we are. And but then the sacral is meant to then refer to the yeah, I guess emotions, or like they're related to the elements, right? So I shouldn't say right because you might not know, or you do not know. Anyway, so the root and then the sacral. The sacral is related to the water element, so that's why I mentioned emotions. That's why they mention emotions. That's why emotions are considered. It's where your gut is basically. So that's why they kind of, I guess, that's why it can make sense. But more specifically, I wanted to talk about what happens when one self pleasures. To me, I feel I've been developing this idea whereby the 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 sensual currency, I want to say, are pretty much are like pretty much stored, are pretty like stored basically in these two, at least the water one, the second chakra, the sacral. So where the gut is basically the sexual energy is stored somewhere between these two. At least it's generated somewhere between these two, and and then it's almost like stockpiled in a sense. So what that comes to mean is when you are involved in the act of self coitus, at least you are generating something, right? Right, right. You are generating something. You're generating energy. There's no real name for it. It begins with arousal or something, and then it kind of generates in this region. The idea basically is that the energy can begin to travel up and not rely on these two centers or sections, two sections, but begin to actually rise up the pillar that you are, rise up the chakra system, rise up the torso body, right to the head or the crown, and upwards and out. So basically, it's like this idea of traveling upwards and out. Uh, there is this image in my head. It's almost like a tree, basically, that has its roots, and its roots are also like splayed out, almost like a dress, like. But then its branches are splayed out in the same way, almost like fanning out, and where the branches fan out, almost out to come, almost like shimmer down or like sprinkle downwards, like whereas the roots like fan out and almost like stretch upwards, like so it's like this connected kind of like um tree. um so yeah, but the main thing is the thing about building the energy or storing the energy, uh not wasting the energy, not letting the energy go stale, but building it up in a way that it travels up the senses or travels up the body.